So the thing about childhood trauma is you can't really deal with, or you can deal with it, but you can't change your childhood, or you can't control how people talk to you, what people done to you, what people have said to you, how people make you feel. You can't control those things at all. You'll never be able to control those things. But what you can control is just how you deal with things and kind of the power it has over you, and that's hard. I didn't realize how kind of just unhealthy my coping mechanisms were, my communication was, everything, until my fiance came along. I was blissfully unaware because I catch myself pretty good. I guess when someone gets to know you more than anyone else and someone is there 24/7, they start to really know you and then they can bring those things to light. I don't know, I just don't want to be that way anymore. I want to change and do better. And I've realized a lot, especially in these last couple months. We've been watching videos and things like that, and a lot is understandable. I'll just say that. Communication in general, it's not my strong suit because I can communicate, I feel like, well in many aspects, but when it comes to my feelings, I kind of don't know how to verbalize that stuff because I never had to verbalize it before. I always kind of kept to myself, and even as a kid, I was shy, but I don't think my parents were really emotionally there because I grew up with my dad, but don't think my dad was emotionally there. He had his own things going on, own things he had to work through, and I just don't think he was there emotionally. And my mom also wasn't there emotionally or really physically. She was there on the weekends sometimes at first, and then she was there on the weekends, but she would never really spend time with me. And looking back, I think those kind of things affect me more than I thought they did. I just don't know how to communicate how I feel. And I do hold on to a lot of sadness and like feeling like a really just bad person for nothing. And the thing about it is I recognize that I can feel like a really bad person for little things or really for nothing at all. And yet I can feel it so intensely that my mind can just put myself down for hours or days at times. And my communication is just bad when I want to try to talk about it because I never really had people to really talk about it. Because I know when I tried before, I'd always go to them. Like they'd change it back to something about them and start talking about them, or they get defensive, almost like they're not there enough. And I'm just trying to talk about how I feel. And so I started to stop talking about those kind of things, and it made me kind of, I guess, not have the tools to talk about it. And it sucks because those are things you really do need to talk about. Those are tools you really do need to have because if you don't, they're gonna really affect you. Because they affected me a lot. They made small things into big ordeals. They made a little inconvenience into a big thing. Well, I'll just say this. Before the relationship I'm in now, I didn't really cry. I came close to crying, but I got really good at not crying. Like I could feel when I was about to cry, and I would do these, I guess, techniques that I learned throughout the years to get me to not cry. One of them is sipping water. When I feel my throat tightening, I will sip on water, like constantly until it goes away. That'll keep me from crying. Another thing is I will breathe, like when I start to realize I'm about to cry, and I kind of just do that because that would kind of calm down my body so I wouldn't actually break down. And there's different things I would kind of do to not cry. But in this relationship, I was like that for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, I just started crying. Even when I try those techniques, I still end up breaking down. It has affected me a lot, and it's something that still affects me today, where some things are still kind of hard to, I guess, talk about without getting really emotional and even crying. And that's okay, it's part of feeling. But I just think it's good to have those tools. One thing I have realized, if you're in the same shoes, is to find someone that actually does care and will listen, which is very hard to find. But there's also support groups for everything. You know, there's support groups for alcoholics or addicts, sex addicts. There's also groups for people that were in dysfunctional homes or had parents that were alcoholics. There's groups for everything. There's even things for like people with mental health issues and everything like that. That would be a way to start. It's not for everyone, but it's a way to start. See if it's for you. You really do need those tools, and you really do need to work on those things when you realize them. Because I would like not to feel like a bad person all the time for little things. And I would like to feel like I could be a good person, because I don't really feel that way. And it would be really nice to feel like a good person, because I could do a lot of good things. It doesn't really do much to make me feel good. I just want to be able to be there for people in a way that I wish I had someone be there for me. And and I really do want to work on being that person. You can't really control how people talk to you, how people treat you, but you can control just how you deal with those things. Honestly, at a certain point, you don't have control when you're a kid, but as an adult, you can cut people out of your life if needed. I've been crying a lot in this relationship these last, probably like year, but especially these last couple months. And I will feel something so intensely and just can't hold it anymore. My fiance, she's really not a good person to have around and trying not to cry because she actually cares. And so she'll get that out of you, I guess. She'll get you to cry by asking how you're doing, making sure you're okay. Never had that before. Let's just say I'm blessed, I'm happy, and I got a lot I need to work on. Yeah, so I guess anything I learn, I'll try my best to share with you guys in case any of you guys need it. So thank you for watching to the end of this video. I'm Passionate Loser, and if you'd like to support this channel and possibly help me support my family with writing or YouTube, you can send tips at Cash App or PayPal. You can become a Patreon if you want a monthly subscription. You can subscribe to this channel, you can like this video, you can comment down below. You can email me at passionateloser@gmail.com. And don't forget, follow me on Instagram and Facebook down below.